Good morning. Yesterday we finished up a couple things, so let me show you guys. This room is almost completely put together. So my mom and I carried some stuff in here, like we've got the TV, the TV stand. I don't have any internet though. That has been a little bit of a problem. We got the rug in here, the couch. This is not what I want this room to look like. I will just say that now. We have some work to do in here. This is very much like college furniture, but it's what I have right now. So we're just putting it there for now and we're gonna work with it. We do still have this room, however, because I still have to prime like the doorway, the baseboards. These have both been primed and then I just have to paint them. So that is my first thing on the agenda today. I have to fix a bunch of these ceiling tiles. What else do we have to do? I moved my bed. My bed was just on the floor in this room. So I have to clean this room. But I did get my room a little bit set up in here with my bed. We put up some curtains and a nightstand, but this pink will change. I wanted to paint it the same color as the living room and the dining room. You can see that's the swatch there, but it just looks like such a different color in here than it does in the other room. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that in here, and we're gonna have to figure out a color. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I do have a couple other things I have to do today, but the trim and the baseboards is the priority. So I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna put my headphones on and really just try to knock this out. We've got another one over here. I don't think this one should be as hard because this one hasn't been painted over. There are other ones in these that have been painted over a million times, but they're like so stuck in there, you can't even see that there are screws. So those ones are gonna stay in. It's like so rough. I might take some wood filler to that actually. The first spot I'm gonna try to hit with wood filler is this one up here. Just kind of level that out. There's also one down there. And then this doorway over here has a bunch of like just little nicks out of the doorway. So I'm gonna get those done as well. My mom did all the wood filler yesterday, so I don't really know how she did this because it's just, it doesn't want to stick in there. It just falls out. I might have to do like 2 passes at it and do this one a little bit thinner. It just keeps coming out. I filled in some other holes and started using my finger, and that worked a lot better. This is just such a big hole. It's kind of hard to, like I was just taking a little bit and like filling in the little holes with my finger. Oh, but that even, you can just kind of like push it in there. That doesn't look great, but I think it's gonna look better than a giant gaping hole in the door frame. I think if I need to put more on afterwards, I can too. I decided I'm not gonna do that bottom one because that one was awful. The little tiny holes were pretty easy to do though, like all of the ones along here. This one was much easier. I need to stop touching it. And then this one I started to fill and I gave up because it kept like sliding out. So maybe once that dries, I'll like put another coat on top. But until then, while that dries, I'm gonna prime the baseboards. I just finished doing all of the primer on the trim in here. It's not even noon yet, and I'll be honest, I'm fading pretty fast. I realized I missed a couple spots like towards the bottom with primer, but you know what? I'm just gonna do the paint, the trim paint. So I gotta do the trim paint, and then I am done with this room, besides the outlet covers, but that will mean I'm done with painting. And I'm so ready to be done. There's so much stuff on the floor I keep stepping on. I'm so ready to be done with painting. Still a lot of other projects, but this painting, it's been like 5 or 6 days of just painting and I'm so over it. I never thought I'd be able to say this, but it's 4 o'clock and I just finished painting. Not all of the painting because I still have to paint all of the bedrooms and the office and everything else, but the dining room and the living room that I have been working on all week are done. I just finished painting the trim on the windows. That was my very last step. So now we can take up, well, first I have to put away this whole situation, and then we can take up all of the paper on the floor. And I don't really have a whole lot of furniture to go in here yet because I've never lived somewhere where I could have a dining room table. So I don't have a table. So next order of business is to clean up this whole mess and rip up the paper off the floor. I had to end this video very abruptly yesterday because I got the dates mixed up on one of my friend's birthday dinners. I thought it was like today, but no, I was in the middle of doing things yesterday. And she texted me like, hey, we're at the restaurant, like, can't wait to see you. And I was like, oh shit. So I had to like run out of here. So we're gonna continue here. What I still need to do is put on all the like the switch plate covers. And my mom had this absolutely gigantic bin of them, and she just left them here for me to go through and pick out the ones I want, because the ones that were on all of them were like this weird beige color, which I don't love. I would prefer to put white ones on there. There are some white ones in here, but a lot of them are like scuffed up or they're switch plates, and I don't have switch plates like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sift through this big old bin and see if we can find some. Found one. We need, let's see how many we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for these outlet ones, and then only 2 switches. There's a switch one, okay. Oh, this one's kind of cool. It's like a dark brown. I don't have a use for it, but I'm used to seeing just all of these beige ones. I might have to do like white in one room and then that like tannish color in the other. 3, so we've got enough for at least one room. Yeah, it's 3 in the living room, 3 in the dining room. 5, one more. This is like digging in here. Okay, so this one is not completely white, but it's definitely whiter than these ones. So I might just put this one like on one that I know it's gonna be behind, like behind the TV. So I feel like this is close enough. So let's put these on. Oh, actually, I lied. I found one at the bottom. All right, let's do this. What the heck? How did that happen? That thing just like completely snapped when I screwed it in. Huh. Okay, let's try this one. Hopefully this one doesn't snap. Whoops. Okay. That one seems to be fine. Now that we've got that done, the space is feeling just a little bit more complete. I'll give you a little show of what it's looking like now. So when you come in from the kitchen here, we've got the dining room and the living room. My mom and I did move a couple pieces of furniture in here, but again, the furniture is gonna go. This will change. So I think the next step in this whole process is going to be to get some furniture in here in the dining room. We're gonna start doing some thrifting for the rest of the furniture, and then we have to paint all the bedrooms over there because if you remember, they're all very funky colors, but that will be next time. So stay tuned.